Hello guys, this is Martin here and I'm still on my summer vacation and I'll probably be on holidays till the end of the first week of, in September. So I'm truly enjoying myself and look forward to getting back to real Forex trading. Now, last week I sent off a very important video called Momentum Trading Part 1. If you don't know how to use momentum in your trading, and you don't know how useful it can be, then you really need to go back and review it. I'll have a link down on last week's video below this video. Okay, so what does momentum trading have to do with the beach, right? Well, not much when you're at the beach. Your bum, that's the bum you sit on every single day, your bum isn't moving too much. There's very little motivation or momentum to do anything. You're there to relax, sit or lay down on a blanket on the beach, swim in the cool waters, come back out of the water and nibble or snack on some food, and yes, hold your favorite beverage in your right or left hand, whatever is more comfortable. In other words, there's nothing pushing your bum in any one direction or another except to sit or lay down. Hence, the English phrase beach bum is used. There's no momentum. So let's get back to Forex trading, look at some charts and how momentum is needed for price to move. I want you to get excited about trading and get your mind away from the beach. You lazy bum. Okay, I'm kidding. I know it's still summertime. It's another English phrase, this phrase called lazy bum. So don't get offended. I'm just using it as a joke. Anyways, let's get on to the rest of the video and let's take a look. Okay, this is me again. My name is Martin and I'm a proud Canadian trader. You can see that right here. And if you want to receive some free Forex signals, there's no obligation, there's no cost at all. Just send me your email to mine right here, mskyj007@gmail.com. Okay, and I'll have more information on this a little bit later in the video. Now, really quickly, before we get looking at some charts for momentum and how to trade momentum, this is my humble disclaimer, guys. Again, I'm just going to pause right now for a moment. If you want to come back, you should read this because basically it's an educational program and I'm not giving you any real investment advice, but guys, this is so important, especially for the new traders out there. Okay, so take a look here. I'm going to get going and we're going to start the presentation just shortly. For how to trade momentum, which is we discussed last week's video, two entry strategies called the early trend entry, the ET, and the continuation trend entry, the CT. So when we look at the charts, we're going to discuss all of these things, and in detail, we're going to show you how to trade with momentum. Now, in summary, putting it all together, there are 6 steps momentum trade plan. This is what I do when I'm looking for trade setups. So the very first thing, I want to confirm a possible trade signal with the currency strength weakness. We do have an indicator. I sent that out to everyone a while ago. It's the currency strength meter that we're using, and we're looking to see which individual currencies, not currency pairs, but which individual currencies are gaining in strength and which individual currencies are weakening in strength. And then basically we want to trade the strong versus the weak. Okay, so that's the very first step that we do when we're trading with momentum. Then next we want to anticipate an area, and this is important, an area where momentum can happen, guys. And I'm going to show you that on the charts and what that means, okay? And the area is usually when we know price is going to turn around and there's going to be a momentum shift. Next, we look for a momentum shift in direction. So at this stage, we're getting ready to trade, but we need now to confirm the trade direction with other things that we have on our chart, including the moving averages and the size and strength of the candles, okay? Then next, we want to establish, do we have an early trade entry, like a early trend entry, or a continuation? So once a trend has been established, and then after a pullback, then we can look forward to a continuation trend entry, okay? And along with candle strength. Next, we want to confirm All of this with price action and indicators that we have on our charts for the possible entry signals. Finally, we want to be able to take the trade signal and apply our money management plan. And that is so important. This probably is the key to trading, because even if you're wrong, you're going to be protected. But when you're right, you're going to make money. And this is exactly what I do. It's the 6 steps in trading momentum. Okay, so let me just take that off the charts. Let's clean that up, guys, and let's get going to this part. I want to include this again in this week's video. Again, this is so important, guys. You need to have this beside your charts or your computer all the time. Just keep this in mind. What constitutes a strong candle in an uptrend? These are green candles in an uptrend. What constitute weak candles or strong to weak candles in a downtrend? Okay, so this is the strongest candle. Take a look. There's generally little or no wicks. There might be a small wick below here, but almost no wick or line or shadow on top, right? So when price opens here, okay, let me just use this. When price opens here and closes there, then that is one of the strongest bullish candles you have in trading. The next here is when price opens here, comes back down all the way, is pushed down by the sellers, and then buyers come in and bring price all the way back up, closing higher than the opening. This kind of candle is the second strongest. This is kind of a medium candle. So price comes down, price goes up and comes back down, but still closes higher than the open. So this is still a strong bullish candle, but not as strong as the previous two. This is kind of like a doji here, guys, where price opens here, comes down, buyers move it all the way up, sellers move it back down to almost where it opened. So this is basically a non-movement candle. It could be I call it a resting candle, guys. In a strong uptrend, price can come back and rest like this, but then continue going higher. Okay, but this is a weak candle showing that there's neither the buyers or the sellers are in control. Fine. So you can see here, price opens up here, price goes all the way up, and the sellers bring it all the way down here and closes here. So the close is still above the open, but it's the weakest of the bullish candles, as you can see on your left side here. Okay, so from strong to weak, and in reverse again, this would be the strongest. Price opens here, comes back all the way down, okay, with little or no wick to the downside. Maybe little line could be here, or shadow or wick here, but this is the strongest bearish candle. This is the next. This is the okay, take a look over here. This is the next strongest, where price opens right here. Buyers take it up, sellers take it all the way back down here, closes here below the open, and again, this would be the second strongest. So you can look at these wicks as helping you to indicate what makes the candle strong or not. Again, each candle tells a story, and keep this always beside your computer. Okay, so this is, again, it's a little, again, it's the third strongest, or in an opposite way, you can say it's the third weakest. Again, price opened up here, but it ended up closing here. So still a good bearish candle, but we have a line or shadow on both sides. Okay, so there was a lot of equal pressure on both sides, but finally sellers brought it down to close here. And then finally, this is a resting candle, or neither buyers or sellers in control. And again, here's the weakest bearish candle. You can see price actually opened here, sellers brought it all the way down, and buyers brought it all the way up to here, close here. So it closed a little bit below the high, the open, but it has a long tail, which means it's being rejected by the buyers. Okay, buyers trying to push it higher. So from here, price may actually go higher. Okay, so from strong to the weak, okay, and this gives you a really good indication. Again, have this beside your computer, print it out or whatever you can. Okay, let me just take that off, and we're going to continue. And I want to sum it all up by taking a look here, guys. When we're looking at the charts in just a moment, I want you to think and visualize the trade setups. When analyzing the charts, looking for the trade setups, visualize these important concepts, okay? And the important concepts are, first, anticipate the areas of momentum shifts in direction, where direction of price is changing either from up to down or from down to up, and then look at this areas and anticipate that price could be doing that at areas of possibly resistance or support, right? Okay. Next, we want to look at and visualize rejection off of support and resistance along with the moving averages. So we have here again resistance, price is coming here, then it's starting to reverse, but then so are the moving averages, okay? And along with that, this is what we mean rejection off of support and resistance, okay? So here, price is coming down, changes direction to the upside, the moving average is below, and also you can see it's being used as support. So we want to see this, and guys, these are all important concepts, okay, when we want to trade with momentum. And then finally, at this area where momentum is shifting, we want to see some larger than normal candles. In a downtrend, we want to see larger than normal bearish candles, and that indicates strength as well. In an uptrend, we want to see larger than normal bullish candles that indicate strength to the upside. Okay, and finally, remember, guys, nothing is perfect. Expect some losses and stay positive. Okay, that's what we want to do always, even when you incur a loss. Okay, let's look at the charts, and I'm going to switch to a chart in a moment. Just a second. Okay, guys, this first chart is the Euro CAD, okay, and all these candles are daily candles, okay, because we trade off the daily candles. So I want you just to make note here. I've got the 21 EMA moving average. Don't worry about if your average doesn't have these colors. It's not that important, guys. Basically, the price action and candles in relationship to this line is more important, okay? And here, this blue line is a 5 EMA moving average, okay? And this EMA shows price movement strength, okay? Because it's short term, showing you short term price action. This is longer term. And again, the angle and the space between these lines is very important. So the wider the space, guys, there's more movement, upward movement in the markets, and it's also confirming that price is moving higher at a greater speed. Okay, so that's what that means. And they also can act as areas of support. In this case, when price is above these lines act as support. And when price here is below these lines, these lines are acting as resistance, okay? And these lines are always moving, so it's dynamic support, dynamic resistance. Dynamic means motion or moving, okay? So we can see here prices come down, okay? Prices come down. Let me just use my marker. Price come down, and then all of a sudden we see price reverse, right? Now, we don't trade reversals or anything like that, and I want to show you down below. This is the MACD, okay? This is the MACD. I've just colored it in and changed some of the settings, and again, you'll have access to all of this soon enough. So we use the MACD and the moving averages to kind of analyze price action, movement, and direction, okay, and the strength of the direction. Okay, so let me just take that off for a second. Now, you can see the MACD here is starting to lose steam. So on the downside, the momentum was increasing. Now it's losing steam, and momentum is starting to increase to the upside, right? Okay, to the upside. And we take a look here when a candle crosses after the line, like above the line, you can see right here, price is below the line. All of a sudden, we have this one huge candle that crosses above the line, okay? And so we can say then right here, okay, is an area where there's a momentum shift, okay, to the upside, okay? So you can see that right there. It's the momentum shift, and it's a larger candle than all the previous candle. You can see the size of the candle, okay? It's pretty large, and the size increase shows you the increase in strength to the upside. So that's a good momentum candle, guys. Take down below. We don't really, this doesn't have to be above zero right now. It doesn't have to be white, but with this candle, you can see right there, we are certainly momentum to the upside is increasing. So that would be a good place to enter a trade, guys, right there. And you can also see I've marked in on the chart these blue areas which show major areas of support and resistance, okay? And so combined, so remember at the beginning, I said we've got to visualize areas where price is being rejected off of, and price has come down and is starting to reverse, and now price is being bouncing higher or rejecting off this support area, crossed the line, and over here you can see this blue line with the 5 moving average. There is short-term momentum and direction that's favoring this candle, so it's giving us all indication that we can certainly get in here, and we would have made profits up to here, okay? So from here to here. So this would have been a good trade. Prices come back down, and then again starts to go higher. But this is what's called an ET trade, or an early trend. Early trend is the first candle that moves above the line that confirms with everything else. Your indicators, your moving averages, it's bounced off of support or resistance, and also it's confirmed. Remember, the number one thing we do is we always compare individual currency strength. So in this case, the euro was very strong, the CAD was very weak, and that also gave us the confirmation to go higher. Okay, so that's the early trend ET entry. Then we look down here. So once price reverses, we look for what's called a continuation trend. We can only have one ET early trend trade set up, okay, at the beginning of the trend, okay, the beginning of the phase going higher, and then we can look for continuation trends. So price can't go up forever. Price has now come back down. It's reverse. We look at this candle. It's a pretty strong candle. There's more line below, which means buyers have taken it from here all the way up, okay, and closed with a very little line or shadow above. And again, we confirm it with the strength of the momentum here in the MACD. Okay, you can see the big wide white bar. These are histogram bars, guys, okay? And from here, you can see price would have gone all the way up here. We've made an excellent profit. So this area is known as the continuation trend. So we have the ET trend right here at the close of that candle, and then the close of this candle, that would be the continuation trend. Okay, now the next thing is I've got some arrows on there. They're not absolutely precise, and I'm looking to see how I can make them better. But again, they also show you momentum shifts, or the market phase shifts. So here, from here, we can expect price to go higher. From here, we can expect price to go down. But taking a look at here, you see, okay, so here we have a rejection. Prices come back below the resistance here, okay, and we can consider this candle to enter, but I'm not going to, because take a look down here, guys. Okay, we really have the momentum bar still above zero. They're not that so we can see, okay, we can see from here, momentum has started to stall, okay, lose steam, and momentum is starting to decrease to the downside, which is good. But I probably would not get in here. And again, remember, we're looking at individual candles. Take a look at this small candle here, and then this one. Here's an engulfing candle. It does have the arrow here, so it's giving me a little bit more confidence. This blue line is at or below this 21 EMA, whereas you see here, this blue line, do you see the blue line right there, guys? That blue line is still above. So that's giving me the idea that it's not a good time to enter at the close of that candle. I always want to see this short momentum blue line, the 5 EMA. I want to see it at or below the line that we want to trade in the direction of. In this case, we want to trade in a downward direction, okay, downtrend. And so this one makes better sense, okay, and we get in right there, guys, at the close of that candle, and guess what? We would have made our profits not only till there, but all the way down to there, and possibly right down to there. So this would have been a huge monster trade, guys, okay? So that is let me just take that off. That is the early trend entry to the downside. Here we have an early trend to the upside. We had one continuation CT trade here. Here we have an ET trade to the downside. Continuation, if you want to get into another trade or add to the trade, you would look at this area right here. And we will always want to see the upper lines or wicks touch at least this. The better touch would be up to here and then looking for rejection off of this, which acts as resistance. But here, price went higher, and with here, price went higher again and pretty well touched the 5 EMA. And so you could have considered here to get in, and you would have made profits till here, okay? And so that would have been another good trade. So that's a CT entry continuation trend, okay? Here, there's no trades at all. You can see, even here, you can see the momentum bars below. The momentum was increasing to the downside, which is what we want to do when we enter a trade. But here, looking here, this is a reversal. We don't get into reversals. Here, momentum is increasing to the upside. So we certainly don't want to take any trades to the upside here. There's also a resistance area here. And let me just move the chart a little bit. Okay. So you can see here, if anything, we're looking for downside. Okay, we had a big, huge down movement, guys, and price went up. Price is making lower lows, lower highs, and so this, when you see this kind where the bars are really small and tiny, these are the histobars I'm talking about. That's not a good place to really enter. And price is really okay, and you can see here, price is kind of just going up, down, up, down, up. This we're almost trading in a sideways here, or in a sideways channel. Okay, up, down. So there's nothing really happening. Price, and when I talk about anticipating change in price direction, again, take a look right here, guys. Price tried to go up, 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 but take a look at these upper wicks or these upper lines. When you see large lines above a candle, that means sellers are trying to take it down. So there's no upward momentum to the upside. Buyers want to take it up, but sellers want to take it down. Buyers want to take it up, sellers want to take it down. Buyers want to take it up, they succeed a little bit, but then right away sellers want to take it down with this black bearish candle. So then take a look at this huge line, guys. That's a huge clue that after this, price is going to continue going down. Okay, right? Buyers try to take it up. Sellers here try to take it down. Rejection off of resistance here, and you can look at a price breaking below the line here. Even though it seems like everything lines up, but guys, I just don't like these small little momentum bars here, right? And we have support here, which we drew in. So from here, price could and did actually stall here at support. So we're looking for good separation between these lines. Like here you can see, let me just take a look again. So here you can see, guys, good separation between the 5 and the 21, right? That's showing you that there's good momentum to the downside. The direction is strong. Here, everything's sideways, guys. And then finally, we take a look over here, and we can take a look at this candle right here. Okay, I know you see this arrow pop up, but don't think about that just for a second. You can take a look at this candle come up. It's a huge momentum candle to the upside, right? And if it continues going higher, we can expect price to go up to at least, you see this uh, resistance here. So if it's going to continue, price could go up to here at least, right? But you see down here, to be safe and sure, because we know we're trading in a sideways channel, we don't have a lot of momentum to the upside on the MACD, right? So, but we do get it right here with this first candle, okay? See this candle right there? Let me take that off, okay? There is an arrow there, so possibly you could get in right here, but look what happened after that. 1, 2, 3 days of downward movement and finally up. But take a look. The problem with this is we still have a big line or shadow above there, which means price tried to go higher. It was rejected by the sellers down here and closed down to there, right? And also with the size of the candle in pips, this is probably outside. We talk about the ATR range, right? It's probably too big of a candle. So why do we decide to stay out? We see the next couple of days come back down. But what's interesting about this candle, okay? The interesting thing is that it's an engulfing candle, completely engulfs the previous candle, right? It's got this in confirmation, good upward momentum. Momentum is increasing to the upside, okay? And we get in here, and guess what, guys? Boom. You've got a really good trade. So again, just to review, this is what we call an early trend entry, not here, even though you see this candle goes above this line. It's not an early trend because none of this really qualifies for an early trend. But the first good candle that qualifies, the first one that qualifies where the 5 is pushing price higher because it's a short-term movement. This is prices above the 21 EMA. We've got a good white histobar showing momentum strength is increasing to the upside. So getting in there, guys, would have been the right thing. And when it comes to, I know a lot of you guys talk about support and resistance. Don't pay too much attention to that. I use support and resistance only as turning points to show where price can change, okay? But when price is going higher, in this case, price is going higher with momentum, price has to go through resistance, right? For people to make money in the markets, price has to every once in a while break through resistance or break through support, right? In this case, I mean, it could have broken through up to here in reverse, but at least we got in at the right place. We would have made some money, right? But in this case, it went higher. Okay, so I use these blue areas, support and resistance. This one's here, support. You can see where price, and I use it as rejection places that can support my trend direction. Okay, so here price went up, down, and up higher, being rejected off of the support. So, okay, so, and then continuing, so once we got to ET, then now we just look for CT trades, the continuation trend trades, right? You only have one ET, but now you can have a continuation trades. Okay, so we take a look here. Prices went way up higher. We're looking for buy trades, guys. This one is a good one right here. I'll show you. Oh, let me just show you. Prices come down for CT. Okay, and there's great rejection here. You see with this long tail or wick right there. That's really good, guys. I mean, you can see that here. This is a very weak white candle. This is a strong candle. You could have gotten in here, guys, and that would have worked to at least up to there. And here, you could have gotten in here because price is above the 5, price is above here. You can see price being bounced higher off of the support, okay, and it works here with this white momentum bars. So again, small little trades. Again, you can never tell when price is going to continue going higher, much higher than that. But again, it depends. You've got to look at the currency strength meter to get an overall read on the individual currency. Okay. So the next thing is, and this is really complex, but when price is being rejected here, okay, you can take a look. Price is made a higher high, now a lower high, kind of a lower high again. So price is kind of coming down, and you can see momentum is increasing to the downside. Okay, so finally we get this breakthrough here. Okay, and let me just take that off. So here you could look at, well, this candle is interesting in the sense that I would still not trade it, even though it's the first candle to the downside, crosses below here. This one I would not trade because it's not. There's not much relationship between this candle and that candle. It's just continuation, but I probably would not trade here. I mean, if you did, you would have been lucky and gotten down to here, right? But I want to see a candle. I want to see this candle being one of the strong candles that we saw on our chart earlier, okay? It's not a really strong, big, huge, strong bearish candle to the downside. Now here, this is interesting. We have a price rejection again. Remember we talked about that. It is price being rejected off the support. We see a complete turnaround. We're not reverse traders. Okay, we don't want to trade the reversal pattern, but we're waiting for the first candle again. So to reverse to the upside to cross the 21 EMA. Prices cross down below. So anything that crosses above, that confirms with everything else that I talked about would be what's called an ET trade or an early trend trade. Guys, we have that in here, but now we want to take a look. Okay. It's not terrific. It's not terrific. We're still below here, and if this was just a tiny little orange bar, then perhaps I would enter. You can enter. You would have still been okay because price would have gone up. But I want to show you something else with patience. The next day, price came right back down, brought back down with the by the sellers. But look at this. Here is a bullish engulfing candle with conviction here. Momentum is now shown to be increasing to the upside and above zero, right? And getting in there, guys, would have given you an unbelievable trade to the upside. A lot of pips there, right? Okay, so that's using the momentum. This is one chart. We're going to go to one more chart, guys, and hopefully you can gain a lot of information from this. This was the Euro CAD. Okay, and this is what's happened with the EuroCAD up to the current time. Okay, so here again, we want to see momentum increase to the upside. So right now, we don't want to take any trades. Euro is probably weak right now if you looked at the currency strength meter, and you can see momentum is increasing to the downside. So we have to see a shift in momentum to the upside. We want a shift in price to the upside. And we want to see a good white candle close above this line with this 5 EMA below it. Okay, so that's what we'd be looking for if we were expecting this price on this chart to go higher. Let's take that all off and let's get to another chart. Okay, guys, this is a new chart. It's the US CAD daily candles. You can see that right here, and I've already pre-drawn in my support and resistance zones, okay? And I'm gonna try to go through this chart a little bit faster, okay? And let's take a look. We have a downtrend here. Price is below this 21 EMA, right? And we're looking for a reversal higher off of support. I've drawn in, this goes back, by the way, if you look to your left, this is why I've drawn this in over here. But anyways, support is right here. We're looking for a momentum shift, okay? And we want to see a nice white candle go to the upside, showing us strength. The size of the candles give you strength and good momentum. They're momentum candles, okay? You also take a look at these wicks. See here, here, here. See these lines above, which means that buyers were trying to go higher, right? we're trying to go higher, but being rejected by the sellers. Try to go higher again, rejected, try to go higher, and finally pushed right through with this big white candle. Okay, so buyers finally won. You can see here all along, though, in the previous 7-8 candles, what was happening with momentum. Momentum was increasing to the upside, or saying it the opposite way, momentum to the downside, which probably happened earlier to the left here. Momentum to the downside was losing steam, and now we're increasing momentum to the upside, and that's what we want. Okay, so now we look for a momentum shift. There it is. Even though this candle showed a white candle there, I probably would not have gotten in, okay, because take a look right here. This blue line, the 5 EMA, is still below this line. I want to see this blue line right on there or higher below the candle. Here you can see this blue line is on the line, and when this candle closes, you would actually see that this blue line is right about there. Okay, so here you could get in. We don't know exactly how far our price is going to move, but it would have gone up to there. Okay, so you still would have made money. Okay, and it shows you here with the histo bars. Okay, now price is stalling. You can see price momentum is coming down, okay, or decreasing, and finally down here it goes below the zero. So we possibly would look for a momentum shift to the downside. Take a look, guys, with this candle. This candle did not close below the line, so we disregard that. See this blue line here? This blue line is still not touched or crossed below, but take a look with this here. This candle right there, okay, let me just take that off, and I'm going to use my crosshair tool. Okay, right there. So when this is very small, okay, this is not a big huge factor. Okay, it doesn't have to be below zero, but this line is still kind of above this here. So I probably would ignore that and take a look at this one. You could get in here if you wanted to, because the line above is showing that that sellers rejected price right here and brought it all the way down. So this is a kind of a strong momentum candle that you saw in the chart that I gave you. It's confirmed with this black histo bar. So you could have gotten in there. Let me just do this. You could have gotten in there. The next couple of days are really weak candles. Nothing's happening. Again, on the third day after, we had a huge rejection by the sellers, bringing it down again. See, buyers tried to bring it up, but again, these are the weakest buying or bullish candles that you can see. This is a very good, strong bearish candle, and then from here, price went down to at least there. Okay, so you would have made profits from there and there. Okay, and again, confirmed by the downward movement here, the downward momentum increasing to the downside here. Okay, so here, so that was our, if you got in there, this was our early trend, our ET, right? This was the ET trade, okay? And now after that, we can only look for confirmation trades. One of the things is to confirm a trade to the downside, we look for reversal, good reversal. It has to touch at least this or this, these two lines right here. It touched right there, you can see. Then we look for a bearish candle to the downside, guys, and let's just use my crosshair tool. I want to confirm the histo bar below, okay, right there. So you can see the histo bar is below, okay, and the even though there is very little momentum to the upside, it's not, this is still good. So I would have entered right there. Try to enter in the first black bar past past the previous white bar. So on the downside here, guys, I would have gotten in right there, and here you would have seen price go down all the way here for a really terrific move. Again, let's take a look at this. I would discontinue this. For the main thing is that we have strong movement to the downside. I need more confirmation to the upside that price is going to continue going higher. I don't really see it Price is not making higher highs here, okay? And so I just want to wait, have some patience. You can see momentum is increasing to the upside, but it does never go above zero. And because we're in a big downtrend here, I'm looking for the first good candle that gives me confirmation to the downside, and I'm probably looking at this candle right there. Okay, take a look. This candle has a huge high wick to the upside. That means sellers bringing it, slamming it down further. This was kind of a middle strength bearish candle. You could have tried to get in there, but I would have waited for more confirmation. I like this candle, and I in the future I'm going to try to enter on the strength or weakness of candles. I'm going to rely on candles a lot more than I did in the past. So just letting you know that I'm always trying to improve my own trading. And when I do these kind of videos, guys, it gives me extra, what's the word I'm looking for? It gives me extra insight into what some of the things I've missed over the years in trading. And, it's going to give me more conviction to trade and give you better results. So here we go. This is a good, strong candle to the downside, getting in right there. Guess what? No pullback at all, and we would have made a huge, terrific move. So this is called a CT entry, right? A continuation trend. Here we had our ET. Once we have an ET, then you cannot have any more ETs. You look for CTs, which is the continuation trend. Okay, so now let's take a look. Let's take everything off, and I'm gonna move my chart over. Okay, so we have the CT now. Here, take a look. Whenever price goes up higher after a strong downtrend, I'm always a little bit leery of what to do and being very cautious. And I did put in this big resistance zone here. It goes way back to the left. So when I see price coming up here, I really don't want to enter, especially when the histo bars are still below zero. Okay, so I don't really want to enter even here. And you can see this blue line is still below the 21 EMA. So certainly this would disqualify this as an ET trade to the upside, right? And when you see price here, that's fine, but I'm just, very cautious. And so I'm still kind of thinking that, well, the previous trend was downtrend. So I'm looking for rejection off of this resistance zone, guys. And the very first time I see something with conviction, would be with the right proper candle is actually right here. That's not too bad, or here, but again, see prices goes down, and you might have, with an entry there, you might have made some pips to at least down to here, but if you want, but these are not great candles to enter trades with. I'm looking at this candle right here, guys, and I also have this arrow, which is showing me a shift in the phase. Like up here, from here all the way to here, I was, I was looking. It does basically saying looking for a trade to the upside, but we do have this big resistance area here, and then here now we're showing phase. The market phase is coming back down again. So I like this candle. It's a huge engulfing candle. It's a big candle. You can see that clearly. It's got a line above there, which is good, showing me that sellers want to bring it down. Little line here, and so getting in there would have given you this probably one of the best trades in a long time, all the way down here. Okay, now let's take a look, guys. I want to get rid of that. Okay. Now we come down to an area. This, by the way, this support zone here goes way back to about a year ago. Okay, and so I know at this point in time price is going to now go sideways, but take a look at the histo bars down below, guys. The momentum has been increasing to the downside, okay, all the way here. Then all of a sudden momentum is increasing to the upside, and once that happens and goes above zero, we can expect some sort of movement to the upside. This one is not a good strong candle. It's not a big candle. This one here, you could have gotten in, but if you're looking, but again, take a look here. if you're looking for more strength and a really good strong momentum candle, take a look right there, guys. That would be my ET entry. And guess what? Price goes up here. Huge profit for huge profits. Big ET candle. Okay, and now after the ET, we're looking for continuation of the trends, guys. And let's bring this over the chart. And so we're looking for a continuation, okay? So price comes down, okay, touches this line and doesn't quite touch here, but this candle, let's take a look with my crosshair. Okay, so you can see the histo bars are still above zero. They haven't come down a lot. They're not close to zero. So this probably would be a good candle to get in, and you would have made profits from here. Okay, let me just use the market from here to here. Again, we're looking for the first good white candle after the black candle. So the first good continuation candle. It's not a huge momentum candle, but that would be a good place to get in. And then taking a look down here, price comes back down again. This is nothing. We wait for a bullish candle, good bullish candle to the upside, guys. And this certainly is a good bullish candle. And if you would have gotten in here, again, you would have made profits up to there. Price comes back down again, and take a look right here. These two candles, this is a very, very weak bearish candle. This candle is absolutely strong getting in there, okay? You would have made profits all the way up to there. So again, another huge trade. Then here we can anticipate an area where price could reverse. This is the resistance. Price does in fact come down. We don't trade reversals. I mean, you guys can if you want, but right now I'm not suggesting it. Later on, we'll maybe have a program where we're going to discuss reversal trades and how to trade them more effectively. But then again, price comes back down. See, here's an area. I drew that in already. That is my an area where I can anticipate reversals. Okay. And let's move the chart forward. And we want to see price reverse off of this or be reject off this area. And price comes down. All of a sudden, we get some white candles, but see how small they are. Small, small, very small. This blue line is still below this large 21 EMA. Here, this is a good reversal bar, but I don't like the tall wick. That I don't like any candle I'm thinking about trading. I don't like to see, if I'm trading to the upside, I don't like to see large wicks to the upside. So I'm going to wait. Okay, price is still kind of jumbled up here. This down below doesn't give me any real conviction. But then, and here it shows that I should be looking for sell trades anyways. Okay, so I'm not looking to trade anything long here. Now I see this and I see this. Okay, so what do we have here? We have a good bullish momentum bar to the upside. This blue line is just slightly above the 21 EMA. This certainly confirms down below with the MACD. So yes, this would be an excellent place to get in, even though we're at the previous resistance. When I'm looking for price to go higher and everything confirms, I don't worry about minor resistance. This is minor resistance. It's not major, okay? And this is a major resistance area here. And so here we see price go all the way up. Another huge successful trade. Price has now come down and price is even below here. So right now price is going to be trading sideways. We don't know where price is going to go. So this is the US CAD, guys. And you can see this huge move was supported by momentum increasing to the downside. Momentum is stalling here, and now momentum is coming to back down to the downside, or increasing. Increasing to the downside, increasing to the upside, stalling over here, losing steam. Okay, so let's take that off the charts. I guess we're almost finished. Okay, guys, really quickly, I put this slide up once again. This is exactly what I'm looking for when I'm looking for a trade setup again. So anticipate areas of momentum shifts in direction, rejection off a support resistance, plus using the moving averages also as support or resistance for price movement. And then the candle size, I want to see larger candles, and they show me strength in price movement. Okay, so basically, again, those are the steps that I'm looking for. I thank you very much for watching this very long video, but guys, it's once a week. Okay, and this is how you're going to learn, and this is really good education. So if you want to receive my free signals are based on momentum, based on currency strength or weakness, and direction. Okay, and I've got a pretty good track record, guys, almost 80% winning trades. Okay, so if you want to get all my free signals, there's nothing to pay. You have to send me your email right here, guys, to mskyj007 at gmail.com. Again, it's mskyj007 at gmail.com. When you send me your email, tell me what country you are from. I'd like to know that, and give me your first name. Okay, that would really be appreciated. So if you like this video, guys, subscribe, hit the bell icon to get the email. To get the videos right into your inbox. Click on the like, because guys, when you click on the like, it tells me that you like my video, that you learned from my video, and it gives me an encouragement to continue helping and supporting you. Okay, thank you very much to everyone who's watching this channel. Send me a comment if you want. Cheers from Canada, and we'll get back to you with another video in approximately a week's time. Take care. Bye for now.